I wonder why nothing exciting ever happens around here. Lately, I've been trying to cut more rough than I buy, and I've had some success. But what I'm finding is that I've been buying now mostly very large pieces of rough. Often they're Morganites, aquamarines, peridots. So my inventory of doorknob-sized pieces of rough is growing, but overall I am reducing my inventory. Now I recently imported this piece of Morganite, and what I will say about our new tariff laws is they've changed, and for now, if you're importing directly, my recommendation is to use FedEx, not the U.S. Postal Service. The tariff rules can be a problem, and FedEx just seems to have the process down much better than the post office, at least for now in the U.S. So this piece of Morganite weighs in at 196 carats. It's one big Morganite. So this Morganite is pretty clean, and I'm going to cut a triangle or trillion design out of it. A little bit of cleaning up to do, make it a little bit smaller, but I have to anyway because it's not quite thick enough to leave it the way it is. So it's going to have to be a tiny bit smaller, but it'll work out. Let's go ahead and grind some of this down and use this as the table and attach this to the top. Now I have a go-to trillion design that I love cutting. It's called Signature Number 4 by Jeff Graham. Sadly, Jeff's old website is gone, and he had put a couple dozen of his favorite gem cutting diagrams onto that site, as well as a ton of papers on gem cutting because he was a prolific writer. Fortunately, in the internet, you can always go back in time and still look up the old website. So Jeff's website, you can go back and find it. And I showed you how to do this in a video, showed you a while back. So if you're interested in exploring Jeff's old, now gone website, just take a look at this video and it'll show you how to go back there and download his free designs, and look at, I'd say also look at some of the articles he wrote. So these are the cutting instructions that I will be following to cut my Morganite into the Signature Number 4 design. So let's get started. I used my 220 diamond grit topper to preform this piece of rough because I had to move a lot of material to get it into a triangle or trillion shape, which I think I've got now. So that was a 220 grit topper. Now toppers are very thin laps. They're kind of disposable. They just eat them up and then and get rid of them. You have to use a master lap under them because they're very thin, but they're economical. I like them at the rougher grit. Now after I preformed our Morganite, I went over it again and finished with my 600 grit diamond grit sintered lap, which is a much finer lap. And now I'm ready to move to the pre-polish stage, and I'll pre-polish each of these facets with a 3000 diamond grit on a bat lap. I went over the facets on this Morganite with 3000 grit diamond on a bat lap, and then I polished the pavilion or bottom half of the gemstone using cerium oxide on a tin lap. Morganite, like all the barrel family, it just seems to cut and polish very easily, and it just doesn't seem to give me any issues when polishing. I'll see when I get to the table, which is a large facet, if that's still true, but for now everything's polishing up beautifully. The stone does have some inclusions, not fractures, but little inclusions, but in this case I think they'll add to the beauty of the stone. Kind of looking into the stone and seeing all the stars in the sky. But let's see how it looks when we're done. So now I need to transfer my gemstone and begin preforming the upper half or crown of our gemstone. You can see the difference between the pre-polished facets and the facets which have been polished with only a 600 grit sintered lap as I continue to pre-polish our gemstone. The upper half or crown of our Morganite gemstone polished right up with cerium oxide on a tin lap. Now I just need to cut and polish the table of our gemstone and we'll be finished with this large gemstone. Now, tables are very large, especially for a large gemstone, and I'm not sure, I may be having some trouble with the chin lap, but let's give it a try. Sure enough, because the table on our large gemstone is large, it's a large facet, as is often the case, it's a bit of a challenge to polish, but I have a few tools in my toolbox. And because barrel polishes very easily, I went and used my Spectrum Ultra Lap. Now, Spectrum Ultra Laps, they're thin plastic or mylar laps which have cerium oxide embedded in them. And I find that they work great for barrel and quartzes, especially on the very large facets, such as the table for a large gemstone. Polish up beautifully. So now I will just soak the stone in acetone to remove the dot from the stone, and then I can weigh it and send it off to BOPIE, and then I can start on another whopper of a gemstone. I just cut this large Morganite gemstone using one of my favorite trilliant designs called Signature Number 4 by Jeff Graham. I cut the Signature Number 4 fairly often, and I really like the brilliance of this design. It just seems to give off a very brilliant gemstone. I probably do need to experiment with several other trillion designs because there's a lot of them out there, and kind of determine if I can find one that I like better than the Signature Number 4. So please let me know in the comments what your favorite trillion design is, and I'll give them a look. This design, the Signature Number 4, is suitable for all facetors. Well, probably not as the first stone for a brand new faceter cut, but it could be among the first gemstones for a new cutter. Again, please let me know what you think of this design and of all the trillion designs that you've tried, and of this Morganite. And as always, happy faceting, everyone.